Here's 5 mazes I wouldn't mind seeing make a comeback at Halloween Horror Nights. While everybody, myself included, hates the idea of repeats, we've been seeing this trend pretty much go on for the last couple years where we have at least one property make a comeback. Usually they try to alter the maze, they try to fix it up, and sometimes it could be to its benefit actually, as we saw with mazes such as Halloween 4. Starting off with the maze from way back in 2009, that's going to be My Bloody Valentine. The original maze back in 2009 was based on the 2009 remake of the film. It was really cool, a lot of fun. It's been such a long time since we've seen that maze actually at the event that having it come back will actually be like a whole brand new experience, and a lot of people that go to HHN now didn't attend HHN way back in 2009, so that would be one that would be cool for a lot of new people to kind of see at the event. Next up, another maze that we saw a little bit more recently would be 2016's Krampus. Now this maze was a really popular maze back in 2016 when it was at the event. A lot of people even said that it was probably the best maze to feature at Halloween Horror Nights 2016, which is known to a lot of people as the best year for HHN and HHN's history. This is one that I would definitely like to see come back. If it does come back, this is one that you probably don't have to tweak too much. I do think the 2016 maze overall was very strong, and just seeing it come back would be a ton of fun. Again, it's 2016, it's been almost 10 years since we last saw this at the event, so this is definitely one that I wouldn't mind seeing make a comeback. Another maze that I think would be really cool to see come back, but it's probably very unlikely to ever make a comeback to the event, would be 2011's Hostel. Now, Hostel came as a maze back in 2011, and it really pulled back no punches. You know, the Hostel franchise is very nitty, it's very gritty, a lot of gore, very hard R. It really brought that torture film subgenre to the mainstream, really, with that and Saw. But that maze, unlike the Saw maze, really pulled no punches. They really showed just about anything. There was nudity in the maze, foul language, a lot of stuff that you really can't get away with nowadays, especially how the event is being operated now. I definitely don't see this ever making a comeback, but I do think it would be one that would be cool. One of the properties that I really want to see come back to the event, which I do believe needs kind of an upgrade, given its last iteration, would be 2017's The Shining. Now, The Shining was one of those properties that we waited a long time for it to come to Halloween Horror Nights, and when it finally did, it was a solid maze overall, but definitely could use some improvements. I think having this in the Mummy menu was a mistake. I think this is something that would have been a little bit more suited to a soundstage, so I would definitely like to see this come back, maybe have some bigger sets in a soundstage, flesh it out a little bit more, and just kind of capture the essence of the film overall. The original maze, like I said, it was solid, but this is definitely one that has a lot of room for improvement, and I do think that if it does come back, given how popular the film is and given how hard John Murdy kind of works to try to get this property at the event, I do think this is one of those, like Halloween 4, that he would kind of upgrade in a sort of sense to make some tweaks here and there and kind of perfect it from the original version that we saw back at the event in 2017. Another one in that same boat, which is probably one of the most requested properties ever to come back to Halloween Horror Nights, would be 2014's An American Werewolf in London. Now, similar to The Shining, this is a property that they waited a long time for to come to the event. Orlando did this maze first back in 2013, and the version that Orlando did is actually perfect. The version we got in Hollywood in 2014, it felt like a little bit of a downgrade when compared to the Orlando maze. It was still pretty